My name is Karen Stone, and I'm the Museum Division Manager for St. Mary's County, Maryland. I oversee 4 museums. The founding site of Maryland is the St. Clements Island Museum. That talks about the original settlers in 1634 and tells the story of the earliest days of Maryland, including the Piscataway Indians. Then I also have the Piney Point Lighthouse Museum and Historic Park. Piney Point Lighthouse was the first lighthouse built on the Potomac River in 1836. And then the Drayton African American Schoolhouse ran from the 1890s to the 1940s and is one of the best preserved African American one-room schoolhouses in the country. It's never been moved and never been adapted. And then the newest acquisition is the Old Jail Museum and Leonardtown Visitor Center. This is a jail built in 1876 in Leonardtown and was operated until the 1940s. And had the jailer lived on the first floor, and there are 3 cells on the second floor. So it's a wide variety of sites, but helps tell a very, very important history and stories of Southern Maryland. My journey to get where I am today actually started when I was in 4th grade, which sounds crazy, I know. But we lived near Yale University, and there's an amazing museum there that my father always took me to. And I had a junior membership there, so got invited to special events and programs. And one of them was a behind-the-scenes tour at the museum where we went and looked and talked to curators and people and found out what it took to run a museum. And so I looked at my dad and said, that's what I want to do. But I can't because these are all men. But he told me it would be fine. By the time that I grew up, there would be places for women there too. And so he encouraged me to just keep following that path. I loved every museum I ever went to and just knew that's what I was going to do. So I went to Gettysburg College and got a history degree, did some internships while I was there at local museums, and then got my master's at Penn State in museum education and administration. And that was that. First came to Maryland in 1993 when I took over as the educator at the Calvert Marine Museum over in Calvert County, and spent 11 years there, and then took a little detour into the profit-making world to get some business experience and came back to this job. So I've been here a very long time, but compared to my fellows here who've been here 400 years, I am still a newcomer to Maryland. It's just new and different every day, and it's exciting and it's rewarding to see the people enjoying their visit so much. No one comes to the museums mad. What tourism does is helps local people understand that there is history and value everywhere around us and that everyone has a story to tell. I think it helps us appreciate each other because tourism is such a huge industry and there are so many different parts of it. I think anyone that wants to come into tourism should just do it. It doesn't matter what specific talent you have, there's room for it somewhere in the tourism industry. It's just wonderful. I think it's the best job you could have. Tourism works for Maryland.